Good morning, Eagle Nation. Today is Wednesday, February 26th, and this is your weekly update. Remember that if you want to get involved in community service, you can sign up with Mrs. Brown or Carson Perkins to be a part of the 4th Annual Cornerstone Fashion Show. If you want to sign up, you can get the opportunity to model name brand clothes from the attic. The Finals Got Boys Prosper competition will be held this Friday, February 28th at 7 p.m. in the PHS Auditorium. Tickets are $5 at the door, and audience members do get to vote. The 5th annual Hoop It Up basketball event hosted by our Prosper FFA will be held on this Thursday, the 27th in the PHS Arena. Tip-off will begin at 7 p.m. All students that want to attend will get an opportunity to win a free flat-screen TV. Gaming Club will meet today in the library starting immediately after school. You will also talk about the spring staff versus student event, so bring your ideas. The Talonets compete in the Texas Classic in Rowlett last weekend. The officer routine received more than 90 points and earned a Division I rating. And both team routines also earned more than 90 points and earned a Division I rating along with judges' awards for both those routines. The Talonets will be competing again this Saturday in DeSoto. If you would like to try out for the Talonet dance team, you could get some practice in by coming out to the tryout clinic. The cost will be $30, and this event is intended to prepare candidates for tryouts in April. By registering March 18th, you will receive a free t-shirt. The Prosper ISD bands will be presenting a concert featuring percussionists from Reynolds Middle School and Prosper High this Thursday at 6:30 p.m. in the auditorium. Admission is free. Lastly, all club organization photos will be taken during advisory period this Thursday in the cafeteria. Please see your club sponsor to see if you'll be taking a photo. Well, that's all the announcements I have for today. Let's take it to Brennan.
Thanks, Kristen. Teachers are always looking for ways to minimize the amount of paper we use in a day, whether it's making us copy from the board or posting it on the Fusion page. The technology staff here in Prosper has worked hard on creating a learning environment that is fully incorporates technology by creating the new Google accounts for students and staff. Brianna Timmons talked to Mr. O'Neill, our instructional technology specialist, about the accounts.
It's 2014 and every day the idea of being paperless is trending, not only in the workforce but right here in this building. Prosper High School has created a way to not only make students' lives better but also teachers, not by giving more privileges and break times, but in a more electronic way. Mr. O'Neill tells us more.
Well, basically the technology department is going to be rolling out Google accounts to students, and that's going to include Google Docs, which is really cool because it allows you to collaborate and share with other students and with your teachers. And eventually, although I don't think it's going to be there right at the beginning, Google Mail, Gmail. And there's never a problem anymore with, well, I know I got that turned into you by 10 a.m. That was the due date. Well, I can look at the date stamp now and see, well, I received this at this time. There's no problem with storage and saving that anymore and sharing it with other people. All those problems we used to have, totally done. You work on a project here at school, you get home, you have the project at home. There's never the problem of, oh shoot, I forgot to transfer that onto my flash drive so I can work on it at home. You're good to go.
And through the interview, Mr. O'Neill explains that it's not like anything we've ever used before, and he hopes for it to be used in the classrooms, because after all, it is
designed to make their lives and the students' lives easier.
For Eagle Nation News, I am Brianna Timmons.
We'll be back after this short break.
This week's trivia question is, how many questions does Google answer in one day? Is it A, more than 500 billion, B, more than 1 million, C, more than 500 million, or is it D, more than 1 billion? You have 10 seconds to answer. Answer is D, more than 1 billion. 15% of searches Google received every day are new.
I'm here with Miss Grant, who was another driving force in getting the Google accounts. Can you tell me some of the pros and cons of getting these accounts?
Absolutely. One of the benefits is that students are going to be able to interact through email with one another and with their teachers. So that's going to be an advantage when you're needing to turn things in, you're at home, you're sick, you're on vacation or something like that. The cons would be that you're only going to be able to communicate with people within the Prosper ISD domain. And so you can't email your friends that aren't in Prosper. So that would be a negative. The other thing is we're going to have an interactive calendar, which is wonderful. So if you want to set up a time for your team or your group to have a practice or something, you can send invitations. And then finally, there's a lot more storage through iCloud, and that will be a huge benefit.
All right, and then what about the students who don't have technology at home that they can use?
Sure, that's a great question. One of the things that we're concerned about is making sure that all students have access to technology. Now, some students that don't have access to technology, currently we struggle because they can't access anything. The wonderful thing about this is it allows you they can go to a public library, they can utilize their phones or anything like that, and that way they can access it from wherever they are and not have to be at school or flash drive at home.
Okay, so can you tell me, how are y'all going to control the cheating for this?
You know, cheating is a problem no matter if you're in the digital age or whether you're in back in my age. You know, people cheated when you're writing things down. People are going to cheat. It's an ethics issue. It's not a whether or not it's going to happen issue. There are some ways that they can track the digital footprints to see some things, to see if there's cheating going on. But for the most part, it's going to be about ethics, and it's going to be about understanding that, you know, you may get a good grade right now on this temporary assignment, but in the long run, it's going to hurt you because those temporary assignments are usually leading up to a big assignment. And if you didn't understand the small things, you're not going to do very well on the end.
Okay, and then what about if you have one teacher who's wanting to use this, but then you have another teacher who doesn't? How are y'all going to?
Well, and it is going to be up to the teacher. Some teachers are going to be more comfortable using it, and others are going to be less comfortable. Initially, it's going to be definitely up to the teacher. And, you know, if your teacher says, no, I want you to turn it in the old-fashioned way on a piece of paper, then that's the way you turn it in. If your other teacher says, you know, you can turn it in that way, or you can send it to me digitally, then you have that option. The wonderful thing about that is if you're concerned about your teacher getting it and you email it, you know exactly when you sent it and you can pull that back up.
All right, thank you, Ms. Grant. We'll be back after this short feature. Now let's take a look at some of the things making headlines around the world.
Vladimir Putin ordered an urgent drill to test combat readiness across western Russia on Wednesday in response to recent Ukrainian protests. Facing pressure over a bill on her desk that has become a national debate over religious freedom and gay rights, Governor Jan Brewer of Arizona is expected to veto Senate Bill 1062, which allows business owners to deny service over religious beliefs. On Wednesday, the price of oil edged above $102 a barrel. Investors are watching U.S. demand with summer travel on the horizon. A California couple is celebrating after finding $10 million in rare gold coins buried on their property. The discovery is thought to be the largest of its kind in U.S. history. Famous Hollywood writer Harold Ramis died on Monday from a rare lung disease. He is best known for changing the comedic landscape in the 1980s with such films as Animal House, Caddyshack, National Lampoon's Vacation, and Ghostbusters.
That's all we have for today. I'm Brennan Bell. Live long and prosper.